cold, rainy night in Chicago. A delivery man kept knocking on the same door every day, but when it finally opened, what he discovered changed everything forever. On a cold, rainy evening in Chicago, a delivery man stood outside an old apartment building, completely soaked from the rain. In his hands, he held a small brown package. He walked up to apartment 402 and rang the doorbell once, twice, 3 times, but no one answered. The hallway remained silent. Most people would have left by then, but this man didn't, because this wasn't the first time he had come here. His name was Daniel, a 30-year-old delivery worker living a simple, hard-working life. To others, he was just another delivery guy, but no one knew why he kept returning to this same address every single day. 3 months ago, he had received a delivery request in his system. It was a small package addressed to M. Wilson with one unusual instruction: deliver personally, do not leave at the door. At first, Daniel thought it was just a normal order, but when he arrived that day and no one answered, something felt strange. He came back the next day, and the next. But still, no one opened the door. Neighbors started noticing him. Some even told him to stop wasting his time. "No one lives there," they said. "We've never seen anyone come or go." But Daniel couldn't shake the feeling that someone was inside. It wasn't just a job anymore. It felt like something unfinished, something important. Every day, at the exact same time, Daniel would stand in front of that door, knock patiently, wait for a few minutes, and then quietly leave. One day, instead of just knocking, he softly said, "Hello, I have your package." There was no response. Before leaving, he added gently, "I'll come again tomorrow." And he did. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Still, Daniel didn't miss a single day. His co-workers started making fun of him. "Are you delivering a package or building a love story?" they joked. "Just cancel it already." But Daniel never gave up. For him, it was no longer just about completing a delivery. It had become a responsibility, and somehow something more personal. Then one day, during heavy snowfall, when most deliveries were being canceled due to dangerous conditions, Daniel still went to apartment 402. He stood there shivering in the freezing cold and knocked again. No answer. This time he didn't stay silent. He spoke from his heart. "Look, I don't know who you are," he said softly, "but I've been coming here every day. And if you're inside, I just want you to know you're not alone." There was only silence in return. Daniel closed his eyes for a moment, then turned and slowly walked away. The next day, he returned again. Same time, same door. He knocked once, twice, 3 times, and then suddenly, click. The door slowly opened. A weak voice came from inside. You came back. Daniel froze. Standing in front of him was an elderly woman, around 65 years old. Her face looked pale and tired, but her eyes were filled with emotion. I didn't think anyone would keep coming, she said softly. Daniel swallowed and said, I had a package for you. The woman gave a faint smile. I know, she replied. I ordered it 4 months ago. Confused, Daniel asked, Then why didn't you open the door? Tears began to fill her eyes. Because I was scared, she admitted. After my husband died, I stopped talking to people. I stopped opening the door. I felt like no one cared anymore. She paused, her voice trembling. But then, every day, someone kept coming, knocking, waiting. She looked down. I used to sit behind the door and just listen. Daniel felt his chest tighten. For the first time in years, she continued, I felt like someone still cared. There was a long silence between them. Daniel slowly handed her the package. Here, your delivery. She opened it carefully. Inside was a small photo frame, a picture of her and her late husband, smiling together in happier times. The moment she saw it, tears rolled down her cheeks. Thank you, she whispered. Daniel gave a small, warm smile. Next time, you don't have to stay behind the door. The woman looked at him, her eyes soft but hopeful. Next time, I won't. From that day on, the door of apartment 402 was never closed the same way again. Sometimes we think we are completely alone, but somewhere out there, someone is still knocking, still waiting, still caring. If there is someone in your life who might be waiting for you, maybe it's time to open the door. Follow for more emotional stories.